All right, so for cosine equaling a rad 3 over 2, we know that that's going to come from a 30, 60, 90, and it's a negative. So if I'm thinking all students take calculus, it's going to be it's not here, it's not here, so it's going to be here and here are my two answers. Now I could find them on the unit circle, and I will in a second, but I'm going to see if I could do this in my head first. So I'm just thinking like, okay, the adjacent side is rad 3. So that would mean the opposite side is a 1. And a 1 comes from, opposite of 1 would be pi over 6 or 30 degrees. So the angle is going to be something pi over 6 for both of these. To get to this quadrant, I am almost 1 pi. So that would be almost 1 pi would be 5 over 6. And then to get to this quadrant, it would be just past 1 pi. So 7, or 1 pi would be 6 over 6. So 1 more than that, 7. And then plus 2 pi n, or 2 pi k, whichever you choose variable, to say you can go around again and again. Now those are my answers, which I tried to do in my head, and I could look at the unit circle in case you are wanting to like double check, or maybe you couldn't quite do it in your head yet. But the unit circle, the cosine is the x-coordinate. So over here's one answer is 5 pi over 6. And over here, the x-coordinate is rad 3 over 2, 7 pi over 6. All right, for tan, rad 3 comes from a opposite over an adjacent of 1. So this is the opposite. This is the adjacent. We know that a rad 3 comes from a 30, 60, 90. And if tan is negative, that means it's not here or here. So we're in these two quadrants. So the answer here is, let's see, the opposite being rad 3. Opposite of a rad 3 is a 60 degrees, or pi over 3. To get to this quadrant, it is a just short of 1 pi. So that would be 3 over 3 would be 1 pi, just short, just one less, is 2 pi over 3. Now, the interesting thing about tan is that this, I could put plus 2 pi n here, but with tan, what happens with tan is, if you look on the unit circle, is the period actually, or like to get from the answer here, which was 2 pi over 3, you can see these are all my tan values on the outside here. 2 pi over 3, to get to the next angle, that's the answer over here, would be 5 pi over 3. And this line that's created right here is exactly the diameter across, is telling us that it's exactly 180 degrees to get to the next angle. In other words, 1 pi to get to the next angle. So then if I want to, instead of keep spinning around the circle a full loop, I could technically get to these answers by always moving around 1 pi every time. 1 pi to here, and then another 1 pi to here, and then another 1 pi to here, and again, I just add 1 pi, and I keep getting to the next answer. So what I could say is just one answer here, and then just do the period of tan, which is 1 pi n. And then, so basically what I'm saying is, then if I'm at 2 pi over 3, if I'm at 2 pi over 3, to get the next answer, all I need to do is move 1 pi and I get the next answer. And then to get the next answer, I'd add 1 more pi to that, and so on and so forth.